Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for another one of my videos. We're now continuing with a trawl through my collection. A bit boring for most of you, I'm sure, but it's a chance for me to see what, remind myself what I've got on the shelves. Also as a little record of what's there at this particular time. So we're top right now, so kind of this area. So we're just going to start off with this section here. Starting off then with this is Rick Wakeman's Genesis: The Centre of the Earth box set. It came out in 2016. 4-disc set, beautifully presented, nice deluxe booklet, copy of the Japanese tour program inside, and you get the bonus track from a festival hall of the Pearl of Dean Unfinished Symphony. Then you get Boston 74, and then you get Buenos Aires, and then the quad version and the MoFi version. So beautiful presentation, and I mean, Journey was just one of those things Rick did that just worked from every level. Everything was going against it at the time to work, but he was just in such a creative place in his life at the time, just coming after the Tales with Yes period, and it's I think undoubtedly the best thing he's ever done, and it will live on in the coming years. So, having done that, we can now see what's behind there, which I will now move the camera to show you. So as with the other side, you can see at the back of there we've got the Neil Young Archives box, volume 1, right at the back there. So, can I show you what's in front? So we've got these Digi 3 CD box sets that came out. Was this about 20, I don't know when. But they were all fairly cheap versions of getting three LPs, so 3 Grateful Dead albums and a really nice booklet. So I think that's pretty much all I've got of the Dead on the shelf in terms of studio. We've then got Simon & Garfunkel, the collection. Obviously we will need a fair amount of Simon & Garfunkel in our collection. So this again, it gives you Sounds of Silence, Bridge Over Troubled Water, and their first album, 3 original album classics. Really nice, the little booklet. And again, this was a really good economical way of just getting the albums on CDs. They weren't remastered or anything. And then there's the Bruce one, again the collection. So this is Nebraska, Tunnel of Love, and the Ghost of Tom Joad. So I think they were putting together the stuff that didn't sell quite as many quantities individually. Yeah, so you get the 3 booklets from the CDs and a nice box. Okay, so the next one is the Wall Live box set. They called it a limited edition, but I imagine there aren't many Pink Floyd fans who don't have it, and it was pretty nice, wasn't it? It's a pretty nice set, and I did play it quite a bit when I got it. And then I think I reverted to the bootlegs. As as I often do. We've then got Genesis Archives. This is volume 2, which is the later material. 3 discs. Quite a few rarities on it and a bit of live stuff. But to be honest, there's very little of appeal to me. So we've got these done. Right, so that falls. So you've got 2 discs there, 1 disc there on the camera, and a fairly nice book. So in terms of listening pleasure, just got to have it really, but I like to listen to it once all the way through. Archives Volume 1. I mean, the first thing you say is, why make these so different? If there's a Volume 1 and Volume 2, okay, you make the Volume 1 look like archival and something from a dusty library from the 1900s. But you know, the other one at least have some correlation in design, but no. And obviously this is the 1967 to 75 period, so full of interest for me. Lovely thing. 2 discs there and 2 discs there, so 4 discs in total. They are all the CDs, yeah. And really nice booklet with that. Really nice booklet. Of course, the Shrine Auditorium Lamb Show, which was great to see it coming out officially, had Gabriel's overdubs on his vocals. So not the same. Not the same. Just be authentic. Don't worry about that. It's a live show. But anyway, then we've got Uriah Heep, Sailing the Sea of Light. So same format, 2 discs there. In fact, it is just a 2 disc set, I think. Yeah, 2 discs and a really nice book. Now I think I've got this on vinyl, mainly because of the lovely Roger Dean sleeve. So it's actually a DVD and a CD. So a documentary and Heaping concert from Sofia. So yeah, just really nice. Really nice set. And not a particular fan of the Heap, don't find them all that interesting, but it's nice to dip into occasionally. Done bootleg series volumes 1 to 3. For me, this was the one to have at the time. Obviously, there's been so much coming out since; it's impossible to keep up with it all. But yeah, three CDs, book in the middle. Yeah, I mean it's you've got to have, I think I've got that 3 times, to be honest. I've got dual case versions of it as well. Next to Dylan, of course, you've got the Sex Pistols. So I don't know what they called this. Sex Box 1 is the catalogue number. But it's basically just a fantastic collection. 3 discs. Massive book in the middle. Fantastic stuff. And it's studio tracks and demos, rarities, and then the Screen on the Green 76 show, plus live rarities. I think they're all CDs, there isn't a DVD. Yeah. So chance to get the Screen on the Green live show on CD without having to buy the bootleg. AC/DC Bonfire. I showed this on a video for some AC/DC stuff. Haven't got a lot of their stuff, but the Bon Scott era really is my favourite period. Harks back to when I used to listen to a lot of heavier music in my late teens, early 20s, and still love to listen to it now. So we never grow out of it, do we really? It's got a great book, 4 discs. Oh yeah, it folds out. Actually, it's 5 discs. That's right. Beautiful 5-disc, 5-disc set. So that should have been protected plastic, really. Okay, so that's that for the CD stuff on that shelf. Then we've got a few vinyls. Right, Mike Oldfield boxed. You can pick this up very cheap these days at record fairs. This has still got the original sticker on from the record shop. Looks like an HMV one maybe. But it's got the booklet inside, which you need, and this one it's got the coloured bags with the Virgin label design, both sides. And that was the design on the actual label. So they were still using the Roger Dean label when this version was pressed. So the second one is green. Third one is light blue. Fourth one is darker blue. Check all the labels are the same. Yeah. So it's just a really nice box set to have. I'm not sure the year it came out, but probably I would think the 80s, sometime in the 80s. So important artist, Mike Oldfield, in my opinion. Oh, talking of important artists, beautiful Sandy Denny. So this was, it's called Who Knows Where the Time Goes. It's a box set collection really of her stuff. 1985 this was made. This is the US version. I think there's a UK version which I think is the same material, but it's a different colour box. Might be a brown box. Anyway, it's a beautiful collection. This one comes with a sheet with some notes on the recordings, and then you get this beautiful book, and then the discs. So, love Sandy Denny's voice, both solo and with Fairport, and I was pleased to get that when I got it. Okay, a bit of fun on this one. So this is the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper and Revolver albums. These are the Russian pressings, but basically double up 2 LPs in one. So they do, it's a double album. They give you a gatefold sleeve. So that's the drum skin on the Russian Sgt. Pepper sleeve. It's on that label. And then Revolver. I studied Russian for a short time, and that's probably one of the few words that I could actually read out and know what it sounded like. And then on the inner sleeve it's the Sgt. Pepper guys, with all the The writing's in Russian. So I like these sort of things. They're different, they're not massively rare, but they're just interesting. Just have a quick look at the labels. Yeah. So that's the label. And this one is in really nice condition. Sometimes you see these and they've been worn or damaged on import, but they've done this on various artists. You see it all the time. So yeah, I like that. Interesting Beatles item for me. Okay, Magical Mystery Tour. A couple of Beatles things here together. Yeah, oh, they're all mixed up, my stuff. So this is the one of the original pressings. It's hard card sleeve. I think this is a US pressing. So again, you've got this really stunning book. Again, this is in mint condition pretty much. And then open it up. And then you've got the Apple label. Wonderful thing. Okay, so we've then got the Best of Sabbath, 4 LP set, number 700 of God knows how many they made of these, but it's just basically a collection. We sold our souls for rock and roll. Most of what I liked of Sabbath, but this is obviously far more comprehensive. And they did a really nice sleeve, to be honest. So yeah, I mean it's it takes us up to, we've got a year on that. I don't know why they don't give us the years on the back of the sleeves. Well, it's at least Heaven and Hell, so okay, so April 2000 the liner notes were written, sorry. were written, so yeah, quite a thick cover actually, that. So beautiful collection of Sabbath stuff from 2000. Okay, Motorhead single live album. This is on the Aslan or Astan Music label. So I think it's kind of a bootleg. I don't think they had the rights for it. Came out in 1983, and it's the Roundhouse 78. So it's fantastic early stuff. Absolutely mad. Really noisy, but brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Okay, make sure I'm not missing stuff out. Yes, I am missing stuff out. So we've got a couple of Elton Johns. So Don't Shoot Me, I'm the piano player. This I think is an original pressing. It's a laminated sleeve. So you've got the book inside. So yes, DJM. So you've got the book inside, which is stapled to the spine. It should be. And the book is really lovely. And I think it captures Elton at his kind of formative period with Bernie Taupin. Yeah, the record's very worn, but it's got the DJM labels. So I'm sure I've got at least one other version of that somewhere in my collection, but that's a first pressing or a very early one. Thing is with Elton, he's such a prolific artist, successful artist, that his stuff gets repressed repeatedly, but they often don't give you the goodies that the original one came with. So next to that we've got Tumbleweed Connection. This is an example of a typical cheap repress. It's the original LP was gatefold sleeve. This is a single sleeve, and they give you an inner bag. And this has got the yellow DJM labels. 1970 would suggest this is the first pressing, but I'm sure, unless this is an import. It says London. It's got a DJM sticker there, so that may denote that it was it's an early pressing, but it's not the first one. So I'll have to check that. I was sure that it came with the gatefold sleeve originally. It'd be very surprising if it was the other way around, to have a single sleeve initially and then gatefold on repress. But that's, as an album, I kind of like that more than Piano Player. It's a bit more kind of country, folky, kind of more of a roots thing. Okay, so this is an original pressing. This is a beautiful copy of Honky Chateau, and it's in this textured, beautiful textured sleeve. You can see that. Beautiful leather effect. Now it's quite a complicated sleeve, so the picture on the front is actually stuck on, and it's kind of in a, I don't know what you call it, it's not 3D, but it's almost like plastic picture. And then the sleeve it actually tucks in there, so I don't know whether I'm brave enough to try and get this out without damaging it. There we go. So that folds out like that. And that folds out like that, so beautiful thing. Textured on the inside as well. If I can get it in the light to show you. So absolutely gorgeous. the original black label. So genuinely a classic album by Elton, I would say. Jean-Luc Ponty was with him on this album. Dean Murray, Davy Johnson, Nigel Olsson all stayed with him for much of the 70s period, and it just great tracks and a lovely production I thought on that album as well, which was probably by Gus Dudgeon if I'm not wrong. Yeah, classic album, beautiful first pressing, special for me that. Okay, Peter, Paul and Mary. I have very few albums from the 60s, other than maybe the Beatles, but this was just a nice early album. They were in their way important artists for 2 or 3 years, and this is a really early mono pressing on Warner Brothers Vitaphonic High Fidelity. So I just liked it because it was probably in a bargain bin, and it's perfectly good condition, and it's just a nice early album by name artist. Okay, so stand back and be shocked. Sarah Brightman. Okay, so it's called As I Came of Age. Now I'll be talking about Sarah probably in one of my later videos when I'm going to start going through my general CD stuff. I love her voice. I absolutely adore her voice. She is kind of a Marmite artist, and a lot of people turned off by the fact that she does this kind of not fusion, but a sort of fraudulent classical, which then becomes a pop song, which I would hate in normal circumstances, but for some reason I find she gets away with it because the music is really nicely produced. Her voice is just fantastic for me. But this album, it's terrible. It's so terrible. It's actually interesting. She was, well, I'm being cruel there. I mean, this is her trying to find what direction she wants to go in, and she made this album in, if I can find a year for you. No, it's not going to give it to me. Oh, 1990. So 1990. So she'd done Phantom, recorded Phantom, which was mid to late 80s, wasn't it? And she hadn't yet got into the kind of classical mode, if you like. But this was an album really experimental, I think, for her. I mean, I do listen to it and I quite get a lot of enjoyment from it. But it's just hard to describe what it is, really. It's quite nice music in a way. I wouldn't say it's kind of almost easy listening, but it's got a bit of a sort of funk to it in parts. But I don't know. I applaud her as an artist, so I'm quite happy and unashamed rather, to have her records in my collection. Some of the stuff she's done has been pretty lame, but she's just one of those artists that her voice is so special and unique to me. That I just like to own stuff by her, really. I've seen her live. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So yeah, sort of secret pleasure, if you like. And I quite like the sleeve. I quite like that sleeve design. And it's probably hard to find if you wanted to go out and look for it. Right, we've done that one. Sorry, I'm losing the place. Okay, so this is Monty Python's Contractual Obligation album, which should have been up on top left. This for me is fantastic. This is chuckle a minute, and there's very little filler on this. It's just you can't read what's on the sleeve to get you an idea what's in it, because it's all absolute rubbish, really. But it's full of songs. So you got "Sit on My Face," "String," the string sketch, "Million and One Uses," "Tying Up Small Parcels," and "Attaching Notes to Pigeons' Legs." Oh, that's right, because the string was all in 2-inch lengths. That's right. It's just all fantastic things. The bookshop sketch. It's just wonderful stuff. That should be in a plastic bag, really. Okay, so back to normality. Some Girls, Stones. So this was a double album plus a DVD of this Some Girls live in Texas '78. So yeah, I had to get that as it came with a DVD. Got to have it. Got to have that. Love You Live. Yeah, I sort out a decent condition copy of that. So a lot of these are played to death. These great Stones live albums. This is 1977. So just a great album. Great album, double album. Especially in the sleeves, look at that. Beautiful. So they don't want to go back in. So just so they were recorded in Paris and Toronto between '76 and '77. So that plus the '78 one, and then this should really be in a protected bag. I don't know why this isn't. Let me just get it out. Started getting all these as they were coming out, and then just found I wasn't actually listening to them at all. So gradually got rid of them. For some reason I kept this one back, Tokyo Dome from the Steel Wheels Tour 1990. I think again it came with a DVD. It's a 4 LP set plus a DVD, so I think they didn't all have a DVD with them. But amazingly detailed sleeves. I won't get it all out, but so that's what was on that section. So it's yeah, it's an odd mix. I know my stuff, but I mean things like that. Sarah Brightman, you probably wouldn't have expected to see that. And I think I did try and put some of her music on one of my videos as a background once, and it got completely blocked. Copyright just wouldn't let me use it, which is a shame. So I think she does have kind of this control over her stuff. But anyway, I still love her. So thanks for watching, and next one will be these little section here, which is nearly all CD. So hopefully you'll tune in to see that. And there's a lot of yes stuff in there as well. So thanks for watching, and hopefully see you next time.